And you said those were one-hit wonders?
Yeah, they was one-hit wonder.
Wow, well, music like that, man.
Mm-hmm. But you had, back in them days, you had a lot of music like that, but they couldn't move to the next album.
Level.
They couldn't do it.
Wow.
But that one's jamming, though.
All right, we're back. It is 30 minutes after the Oh My hour of 8 o'clock. Oh My.
Oh My. 30 minutes after the
Oh
hour.
My.
What we gonna talk
Are y'all
about?
making fun of me again?
No. Where you
No.
getting that from?
I have no idea where she's looking
Now,
at.
if you you know we're not gonna make fun of you. We love you here. Trust me, we
Aw.
do. We do.
Yeah,
We
not
love the Oh My hour.
We are not gonna make fun of you in front of you.
Next time they start picking on me, I'm going to say, Professor and Benchwarmer said.
We are not going to make fun of you in front of you. We'll always do it behind your back.
Thank you so much for the respect.
Just being honest. We'll always make fun of you behind your back, not in front of you.
We really appreciate your honesty, sir.
We had.
Okay, so who? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
I was getting ready to read more comments off of your question, but go ahead.
Uh-oh.
No. I want to hear the comments. I'm sorry. I do want to hear the comments.
You do want to hear the comments. Okay.
Yes, I do.
I think it was a continuation of one of our favorite listeners, Mr. Willa Burden, a real good friend of mine, by the way. He went on to say, and I'm like this, quote unquote, I want my wife, in parentheses, whoever and wherever she is, to look at me as much as possible and bite her lip and say, so pick my clothes out, baby.
I love Willie. That's funny.
So he wants you. And see, here's the deal. Like I said, my wife buys she buys my clothes, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm cool with that. I think I was getting more technical when after she buys them, I dress myself.
Testicle?
Technical.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not testicle. Technical. After she
Sounded
buys,
like testicle.
after she buys them, I dress myself. After she buys them, but she does buy them. I mean, shoot, and I'm like, I'm good with it because I don't have time to be going out there and doing all that. So, and she always comes in with some nice clothes for me. So I'm cool.
And again, the question is okay for spouses to dress their mates? Another comment from Felicia Medford Garland. She says simply yes. She has no problem with that. And the Gigi Sheller Jackson Lyons, a big old fat LOL. She's just tripping out right now.
But here's my question though: so we talked about it being okay for a woman to dress a man.
It's spouses. It's
male.
Yeah. That's why I was asking on my. She said this were spouses. This is male or female.
It's male or female, but a lot of the ladies are commenting that it is okay. But will a man dress a woman? I've not heard a man dressing a woman.
Let me tell you something, and it does happen, but it happens in a negative
it's more
atmosphere.
It's more controlling
because it seems controlling.
It is.
For instance, I'm gonna go out and say this, and I know where you're going with that. There's some women out there that are voluptuous.
Okay.
And
maybe you just can't.
And there are some women out there that has, for the lack of a better term, big breasts, big girls. I call them girls.
Okay.
That's what a lot of them call their breasts as girls.
Sometimes they call them twins.
Some women are confident enough to have cleavage out there.
Right.
Well, if that was the boyfriend or the husband,
the man don't want to see cleavage.
And if he's the controlling type,
he don't want to see
feeling that.
Right. His woman with cleavage.
And he's going to tell her, baby, I can't let you out this house like this.
Okay,
you need to put something on.
Okay, but that's one way. But for a man to say, okay, baby, you can't wear that out like that. Or and it does not have to be anything that's revealing. It could be, okay, you know what, you look too good right now. I don't want somebody else to see you how good you look. That's controlling.
For instance, me, I'm the opposite. My wife has a shape. I want her to dress that way because that's just me.
Pat me on my back.
That's just me. But I have a reason for mine, and I don't mind talking about, you know, what I struggle with, because I struggle with my eyes. And so what my wife would do is she will dress based upon how I want her to dress, and I like her body. But that keeps my eyes off of.
But you're not telling her how to dress.
Yeah, he kind of is. He's giving her subtle clues, like I told you before. With men, it's a little bit more subtle, but it's still control, and it's still describing what he wants. It's just not saying it outright. Oh, you better go put this on, or else. And that's not happening. No.
And that's what I'm talking about. There is a man, because here's the deal, women. You know how we know a man knows how to push a woman's buttons, and a woman knows how to push a man's buttons. And so,
right.
Let's take an argument, because I can push your buttons in the argument, and you can push my buttons in the argument. But if I want to see the best out of my spouse, I'm going to do things that creates the best out of my spouse. And if my spouse wants to see the same thing, she's going to do the same thing. It's not me telling her what to do, or she telling me what to do. It's that we want to see our spouses happy. And so the way Lewis would like for his wife to dress, it's not him telling her how to dress. It's her saying, you know what, I know my husband likes this, so I'm going to do those things because my husband likes it. It's not him telling me what to do. It's just, this is what I want I want my husband to see me in this particular light. So he's not telling her how to dress. She just understands, oh, this is what my husband likes, so I would love for my husband to be happy all the time. So I'm going to do the things that's going to create happiness for my husband. He's not telling me what to do. I'm just want to do it because I want to make him happy.
Okay.
That's one. Mm-hmm. The other difference is when a man says, baby, you ain't wearing that, take that off, go put that on, when you're doing it right there, what the man is doing now is he's demeaning his woman, because he's taking all of her, he's taking everything who she is out of her.
Control. He's
controlling her. He's dumbing her down.
Self-esteem.
Exactly. So that she won't go out and get nothing else. That's a dumbed down control. And when that happens, then yes, I think that's wrong. I think when men that do that, don't wear this, don't wear that, don't go put that on. Now, it's one thing, don't go out there like a hoochie mama. You know, I mean, if you go out there like a hoochie mama, yeah, he got every right to say, baby, you can't be wearing that. You know, you're exposing yourself too much. That's not control. But the control is, she can have on a long dress, and he might say, you need to put a scarf on, because I can see your neck, and I don't need nobody else seeing your neck. So go put a scarf on.
Too much. You are too much. But it's true. I like the way you guys are putting it, and it's good to hear the male perspective. But guys are just a bit more subtle in some cases with their control. If he's an abusive man, I mean, trust me, he's dressing her. He's either dressing her down or dressing her up if he's a controlling man. When you find some guys who are not controlling and maybe more supportive, they will make, you know, like my husband mentioned, you know, why are your pants getting tighter? I'm like, I didn't realize that. Maybe I need to go up a size or down a size. I'm not doing it on purpose, but it was a comment, you know, and I listened to it, like you said, Benchwarmer, that is just a hint you threw out there, and then I took it because I want to make myself happy, and I don't want to be representing my husband. A lot of couples forget you're representing each other.
Right.
Whether you're together or you're separated and out in public, you're representing each other at all times.
And that's how you dance.
Omar, I want to get back to what you said about your comment to this question and why you're kind of going the opposite way. I wanted you to expound on why you said what you said about the fact you're just not going to do it, you're not feeling it. Can you expound on that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And the reason why I've learned, this isn't even about picking and choosing battles. What I've learned about males is they operate better in freedom. And I mean total freedom. If a man makes a mistake, he doesn't want to hear he made a mistake. He wants to be able to fix his mistake because he realized that he made a mistake. And a lot of times women jump the gun. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm going to say women. And I've learned watching my son, he corrects himself by himself. He doesn't need my help. Now, I'm there to guide him and instruct him when he asks me for it, but if he doesn't ask for my help, I don't help. A lot of women overstep their boundaries. They're doing too much. They're trying to run his life, and then the first thing that happens is she says, you didn't listen to what I had to say. And he's thinking to himself, you're not even listening to what I have to say because this is my life, right? And you're trying to help me too much. You're doing too much. You're already nurturing. You're already a wife. You're already a mother. You're already my friend. You're already pretty much every category that there is. What more do you want from me? You know what I mean? I'm not going to give you my soul. And a lot of women, they expect these things from men. They expect to be able to have every hand in the pot. And I've learned as a woman just to back up and get in where I fit in. So I let the dressing, you can have that to yourself. If you want to hang out with your friends, you can have that to yourself. Like, I don't want to be so involved and so engaged. I just want to know I have access if I want it. And if I don't want it, I don't have to go there. And dressing a man is a bit too much for me. For me.
Okay.
Too much. Too much.
I
got other things I could be doing with myself.
You told Bench Warmer up.
But that's just my perception. That doesn't mean that other women are wrong because they want to help out their man. I just found a better way to help my man. And most of the time, for me on mine, what's worked for me in my relationships was, like I said, whether it be a brother, a friend, a cousin, or a husband, it's always been in their career, always been in their business, always been in their dreams, you know, the bigger parts of themselves. The petty stuff about clothes and where you been and what time you coming home and all that doesn't faze me.
But now
that's me.
Wow.
Now, having said that, that's basically knowing who your spouse is. Because you may have
or not caring who your spouse is and caring about yourself.
Right, yeah.
Where I focus on me.
Because you may have those spouses that want you to, you know, babe, can you get my clothes out? Or babe, can you, you know, you may have those spouses that want that. You know, but
now I will iron, I will wash the clothes, I will iron the clothes, I will even neatly organize them in color code for you. But to pick them out and say, hey baby, put this on because blah blah blah, never.
Yeah, and to me, I think that it has a sense of control, but it's based off of the relationship though. Because sometimes in those relationships, it may not be control. This is just what we grew up doing. You know, and a lot of times we mimic our parents. And if you're used to seeing your parent doing something one way, and that's just how you was raised and how you grew up, then that may not be control. It's just, well, that's just what I do. You know, but if you are, and it's all about what is your intent behind what you're doing? I think that's the biggest thing is what is your intent? Because if your intent is to control, if your intent is to manipulate, and I think the biggest word for me is manipulate and control. And
I like that word. For women, I like that. Yeah, women are very manipulative.
They go hand in hand because if that's your intent, then your marriage will you already stepped on failing road for your marriage because if you're trying to manipulate to get it the way you want it, then, you know, if that man is not a weak man, y'all gonna have some issues.
Yeah.
You're gonna
that's true.
And you're gonna collide. It's going to be eruption in that house if he's not a weak man. If he's a weak man, you got him all day long. You can do whatever you want to.
Right, which makes you go out and do other things with other people. Because if you have a weak man, you go do what you want to do. They don't. It's too much.
Right.
Facebook comment. Quote unquote, I never look at shopping for my man as dressing him, though. I've learned what he likes, so I fill his closet. He dresses himself. I make suggestions sometimes. I ask my husband for his opinion. He gives me several clues as to what he likes. For instance, he likes me in skirt suits or dresses that accentuate certain parts that he likes, but it's not too revealing for others to see. That came from your very own Gigi Shelley Jackson Lyons.
She know what I like. I am. Let me start.
No, that's a good, and that right there is the way that a mature, wise woman would deal with her husband. And I feel like that's the way it goes. And I make that up front. There's a lot of things we make up front. Like my sister should tell you straight up, I'm not cooking. But you need me to build a fence, I'll be out there building a fence with you, but I'm not going to cook. That's not going to happen. So don't even ask.
Well, you get out on the fence.
So some things you just kind of put out there.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about this whole thing is that if you're able to be yourself, you have a better relationship